Hello. Today is the first episode of my new series, Better Mind, Better Thoughts, Better Life, and Better Me. Okay? I make it even shorter. Better Mind, Better Me, Better Life. So, what does it mean? First of all, it means to understand that you have to get away from that excuse I hear so many times. Oh, it's easier said than done. Well, how do you get a better mind? By better thinking. Okay? Shift your thinking, your mind will shift, and your life will shift. That really goes together. And what I mean by better thinking, not only going out with the phrase positive thinking, that is not enough. No, a positive mindset. Positive thinking is just for the moment, and it is not always possible. But a positive mind is always possible, because when we have a positive mind, we can and we will deal with a difficult and maybe not so positive moment differently, better, and can switch it around so it is more likable and doesn't weigh so heavy on our shoulders. So let's start from the beginning. Start with you, because everything in life starts with you. No matter where you go or where you already came from, everything started with you, and everything will start with you, and everything will continue with you. Has nothing to do with age whatsoever. Get away in your mind with the things. I'm too young to shift my mind. I'm too old to shift my mind. I'm too old to make changes. I'm too young to make changes. I am too poor to make changes. All these excuses, let go of them. Completely. Completely. Because all these excuses mislead you and bring complications into situations we don't need them. Okay. We don't need any complications. And I hear everybody saying right now, well, complications coming in anyhow. That is true. The only thing which is different, we can take ownership of it, or we just can take the complications out and leave it where they are. Okay? And we, again, and I said it in my longer videos and even in my shorter videos before, we can school our mind in the beginning of not analyzing, not overthinking, but knowing what we need and not what we want. A lot of people start out with what they want, and in the long run, they miss out on that what they really need, that we don't want to anymore. So, okay, going back what I said before, everything in your life starts with you and continues with you. You were always with you. Nobody else. You. When you were in the tummy of your mama, it was you. Okay? When you came out and were blinded by the bright daylight and cold from the environment change out of the warm tummy inside from the mama, and now in this big world, it was you. It was you who had to make noise when you were hungry. You cried to make noise when you wanted your diapers changed. So it was always you. It was you who started walking. Nobody walked for you. You learned it, you did. Started talking, went to school, started reading, writing, drawing, math, everything. So everything started with you. Nobody could do it for you. And the only thing what helped you was when you had a good teacher in school to teach you how to read, write, do math, and whatever you learned. The teacher made the big difference. And that is even later in life when we are finished with school, finished with our university, all starts with us and continues with our teachers. And if we always say, oh, I don't need teacher because it comes anyhow how it is, that's when we automatically block ourselves. That is tremendous. This denial that we are already reached everything, that is tremendous. And I tell you, with over 40 years of experience, I saw and see people coming in 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and older and say, hey, you know something is not going right. Well, because you were not open enough before to acknowledge it, to open your mind and your horizon, and to listen, and to see if it helps you and makes you more comfortable. That is one thing. Comfortable is the magic word. Yes. So, again, see, we're still there. It starts with you and continues with you. You need to feel comfortable. And with who? With yourself. And you can do it. Oh, I feel comfortable with myself. I heard that a million times too. And when we started talking, we saw all the gaps of discomfort. And thanks God we could remove them. Because we really have to realize one thing. Being honest to ourselves. And I can tell you, out of really over 40 years experience in my life and being part of the life of hundreds of clients of mine, if we can learn from ourselves, that is great. Because that will not only teach us, it will change things from us. Because it is again you. You teach yourself and you learn from yourself. You're your student and your teacher with the things another teacher tells you and guides you in. So, here already is where a better mindset starts. With the narrative, the self-narrative to yourself. I want to learn. I want to be better for myself. For myself. Yes, better me. And that's how you will realize how your life around you will improve. And hey, it can't get any better of that. If you improve for yourself, if your life improves and your thinking improves, there is improvement on a whole level. And it becomes such a wonderful meaning for you. You know, we always are scared of words learning. Learning doesn't mean you don't know anything. No, learning means advancement. Open mind doesn't mean we believe everything. Open mind is we become aware and digest things, and yes, we learn them. We become, maybe even by learning, more critical, but in a more pleasant and comfortable way for us, where we don't have to confront being critical, where we can do it in a way where we feel comfortable and where we can advance with a simple question, self-narrative, being kind to ourselves. Does it help me right now? Does it help me to grow? Does it help me to learn? Does it help me to move forward? These are the questions you have to ask you kindly and not in an angry way. No, in a gentle way, ask you these questions. So here you go. When you ask you these questions, your mind will be tuning in of looking around and seeing things that support your growth, no matter how old you are. They support your advancement. They support your comfort and your happiness. So, okay. So far, that was my episode 1 of Better Mind, Better Me, Better Life. That was some of the basics we scratched today, and we go more into it in our episode 2, which will follow pretty soon. So stay tuned and watch it over and over again to understand that complications in our life are not needed. I see you soon again.